What's going on, guys? This is MV here, back with another video. So I received this comment that I'm going to talk about, and this comment is very typical, but it definitely warrants a response because I do find this slightly entertaining, if I'm being brutally honest. So the guy puts here, "This is so delusional. You are certainly not white and will never be considered in that community." Now, interestingly enough, how does this guy know that I would never be considered a part of any other community, right? How does he know? But this is typical Blackistan gaslighting tactics, okay? Because they are not dual heritage and they cannot connect with another culture, they're going to immediately turn around and look at you and try to gaslight you and say, oh, they're not going to really accept you. You got to come over here and kiss my black butt. We're the only ones that are going to accept you if you get on your knees and kiss my butt. This is their proposal, which is laughable. But see, they're very upset with a guy like me establishing something different, an alternative option. What I say the third option, they're really upset with me because I'm waking a lot of people up, right? But I find that hilarious. Yeah, you're certainly not white. Well, if I'm not white, no, I'm not black either. I'm the fusion, which is the mulatto, proudly. And then continuing on, he puts here, you appear to despise black people and their response to your anti-blackness by calling them racist / prejudice. Yeah, I call a lot of blacks racist and prejudiced because a lot of them are. A lot of them are, and they haven't been checked for years. Now people are starting to check them and correct them. Not only are a lot of blacks racist and prejudiced, they're also xenophobic, especially here in America. But we can take South Africa as a case study as well. I had a couple gentlemen, they're white South Africans. They posted a couple comments where basically being like, yeah, a lot of them are racist as well. You know, in other countries that, we've seen that even in South Africa, where, like I said, the xenophobic thing exists there too, because there's South Africans who I remember several years ago where there were like there was a protest against like Nigerian workers in South Africa, and the native South Africans were kind of going after or attacking some of the Nigerians. And it was clearly kind of a xenophobic situation. So that does happen there. But in America, a lot of black Americans are xenophobic towards other cultures. Okay. They're racist towards biracial people who are half white because black Americans can't attack white people. They know what will happen to them. There's a whole history in this country. So instead, they attack the closest thing to whiteness, which is the biracial offspring, right? So we are an easy target for a lot of them, their racism and prejudice, their aggression, if we're in their circles, in their spaces. Since for me, I have a healthy sense of self, healthy self-esteem. So for me, being a logical, sane person, I'm like, okay, let's kind of step back, move away, create something different, our own space where we can literally just exist without the foolishness and the gaslighting. But when you do that, you start a channel, social media, you still have characters like this guy who jump into your mix, no pun intended, and start putting foolish comments like the one he put here. But let's continue on with the comment. You desire to create your own category of identity, and you still don't seem to recognize the real enemy as a system of white supremacy. You see that? The real enemy is the system of white supremacy. So in order to fight white supremacy, I have to kiss his butt, bow down to him, let him talk all the crap he wants to me, and I'm just supposed to sit there and put up with it? Fuck that. You're right. I desire to have my own identity, my own space and category. You're damn right. And I already mentioned that basically for the sanity, just to be sane, to maintain integrity and self-worth and respect. And I'm very ambitious and intent on doing that. And as a side note, he spelled recognize with an S there, which is an indication that he's possibly more than likely not in the United States of America, but he's pushing the same crap as far as system of white supremacy. I mean, good luck fighting that battle. I'm just not going to be there with you. And continuing on, he puts, there is a whole country that has already created a category for you. Yeah, there's a lot of countries. And he says, you can check South Africa's colored population and see how and why they exist. Good luck. Yeah. We already are well aware of the South African color. They have their own category, their own group, their own demographic, just like you have in Dominican Republic, just like you have in Brazil, okay, and other nations as well. We already have mulatto categories. In a lot of these nations, they go by other name designations and classifications, right? But yeah, this is already a thing, and we've had that category here in America. I'm trying to educate people on the history of that. And it's also interesting that he mentions South Africa here, stating they have a whole country and they already have a category for you. Yeah, and there's this South African colored woman, Tyla, okay, and there's been a lot of controversy surrounding her recently because she has a fan base here in America, and she basically said that she's not black identified. She doesn't look at herself as being black. She looks at herself in her true authentic form, which is being colored, as you've alluded to, which is their South African category for multiracial people. So that's the funny thing. It's like the double-edged sword, I guess I can say. They're mad when you don't identify with them, right? And the Tyler woman, she found that out when she in America. She's like, all these racist black Americans, they're mad at her and trying to gaslight her for not identifying with them. But since I'm a biracial American, mulatto American, I'm telling you right now.
But I am telling you right now.
If I try to identify with these black people, okay, a lot of these people, they're going to show you the racist and prejudice against you. Because they're going to be like, you're trying to spy on us. You're an agent. You're trying to erase us. You have privilege, light skin privilege and proximity to whiteness, So it's like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you can't win. Okay. So those of us who are logical and have some sense, we're not even going to play the game. We're doing something else. But, these comments are very typical. The gaslighting never stops. They're afraid that they're going to lose something. They're losing influence, which they are. And then they see people like me as a threat because I'm helping to wake people up to the reality that they have another option. They don't have to bow down, bend the knee to kiss these people's butt for their never-ending battle against the system of white supremacy. It's not my fight. But to you, sir, good luck in your fight. I just won't be there with you. I'm enjoying what I'm doing over here. So to the people who are the supporters, even if you're not a supporter, hit the like button, post a comment, and let's talk about it. Catch you guys in the next one. Adios.